Welcome back. Yes, of course, the pained expression belonged to Ali MacLeod, former Scotland manager. Now our second hero is a Geordie who once won the FA Cup with Sunderland. When Dennis Tueart signed for Manchester City, he was joining up with the likes of Bell, Lee and Summerby. His greatest moment came in 1976 when his winning goal gave Manchester City the League Cup against his hometown team. It capped a tremendous season for him personally. His eye for the audacious and the spectacular captured the hearts of the Main Road fans. Tueart always liked to play with flair. Today he still wears a blue shirt, manager of his own promotions company in the Manchester area, a place he's always loved.
It was the kind of place that encourages creative flair and instinctive football. City United, it has always been, to me, the fulcrum, the centre of football in England. And it just seemed to encourage creative players. Rodney was there, Dennis was still just finishing, we had Mike was still finishing, Francis was still, and Colin Bell. I mean, we had some quality players there, and then obviously there was the Tommy Docherty's team, who was just fading out with the relegation team, but he was bringing on the young ones like Stevie Copeland, Stuart Pearson, and Sammy McElroy, and Lou Macari, and Martin Buchan. So there was still that element of competitiveness, and the urge to compete in there was, at that particular time, in fact, I remember at one stage, was Man United were averaging 44,000 people, and Manchester City were averaging 42,000. It was the closest that the two sides had been as far as attendances, and that was an exciting period.
1976, Wembley, the League Cup final, Dennis Tueart and Manchester City against Newcastle, the team he'd supported as a boy.
I needed quite a few tickets for that game, for obvious reasons. But most of the tickets I needed were for people who come from Newcastle, not from Manchester. We had a couple of mini coaches coming down, and it was an occasion where probably more people knew me from the stand than on the pitch. Our first goal was from an actual worked free kick, and everybody piles to the far post except me and Peter Barnes. We come to the near post. As Asa goes to take it, Joe Royal and Dave Watson at the back all race, gradually move across to the near post. Mike Doll then spins off from the D and goes round the back, because Asa going to knock it right over the top. Mike won the ball, knocked it square across, and Peter Barnes knocks it in.
Might come anywhere. Yes, it's there by Peter Barnes. The 19-year-old has put Manchester City into the lead. Kennedy. Newcastle coming back into it again a bit now. Craig. Cassidy. Played now for McDonald, onto the right foot. Gowling is there!
I bet you anybody who's not a Manchester City fan or a Newcastle fan, they wouldn't remember those two goals. I think that's fair, isn't it, because of your goal?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. I'm quite pleased about that.
Did you ever get tired of seeing it?
No, it's... again, it's a goal, that's the memories, that's your achievement, that's your personal achievement, your personal credibility.
Your greatest achievement? Your greatest moment?
I would think so, yeah. Because of all the elements, because I've played against my hometown team. It's the winning goal in a cup final, but in front of 100,000 people.
Royal, Oakes. Donachie. Got Barnes outside him. Donachie prepared, though, to float it in towards Tommy Booth. Oh, and what a goal by Tueart! What a goal!
Did you see the ball actually go into the net when you landed?
No.
When did you realise it had gone in?
Well, I fell down, turned around and looked up, and it was just bouncing in the back of the net there.
They couldn't catch you, could they, after that?
They wouldn't have caught me if Asa Horrifan had dragged me by the shirt.
Tueart, a really spectacular goal. Donachie's floated cross, Booth heading it back, and look at that for sheer acrobatics. 2-1 to Manchester City.
And obviously afterwards, my mum and the family up in Newcastle, you know, they were always very concerned about, my goodness, what's going on here, you know, he's scored the goal, beat Newcastle, we've got to live here, you know. There's all these implications around, and there's rumours going around that my mum's had her windows stoned and all this, which obviously wasn't true, but this is the reaction. I think we were only a margin short of being a very, very good side, and I mean a very, very good side.
In what area?
I felt that we just didn't quite ace it in midfield. We lost Colin Bell, as you know, with that horrendous injury of his. Colin never quite came back the same, and to be honest, him and I had stuck up a superb understanding, you know, because he was right side and I was sort of right-ish, and if I moved away to another spot, he'd fill the gap because of his natural athletic prowess, and we never ever replaced Colin Bell in that team. If we'd have got someone who could have, no, obviously you could never replace Colin Bell, but someone which would go a semblance away to being comparable with him, I think that side would have sparked off like no one.
Royal coming to meet it. Oakes, Tueart and Keegan in the middle. And it came behind them, but Tueart! Booth, Keegan, Royal, 2-0! Doyle, picked up by James. Bell's tackle. And James and Doyle in a flare-up. And the referee reaching for his book and calling for Doyle. And they are both going to be cautioned. And he sent Doyle off. Doyle is sent off. The Manchester City skipper making his first appearance on his home ground since he was chosen for England is sent off. Tueart. Well done, Tueart. The cross lifted way back here for Royal. Not back across goal for Booth. And 3-0. Oh, the scorer. Paul Power's first goal for Manchester City. Lee for Rioch. Rioch losing Oakes. Brilliantly done by Corrigan, but he couldn't keep it out. Oakes. Rioch. Rioch shot! The wall are back the full 10 yards. Give him a sight of the target. Doubt very much whether they are. Farland trying to get them back. Rioch has a stab, but it hit Booth. Keegan won it well. And plays it on for Tueart, who's onside because he was in his own half. No, he's just got Mosley to beat. And he's gone round him, and he's shot, and he's missed it. No, it's got him! Agony! Agony all the way!
We were defending desperately, and it was a boot play, and I was inside my own half, and I got the ball, and there was 60 yards to go. It was one of the things you could have sort of knit a jumper by the time you're thinking about it. Oh, Christ, I'm not going to get there at all. And I managed to just, as I went to go around the keeper, it was one of those days where Maynard was just a little bit soft in the ground. Actually, stand the ground, we got a little bit of a telling off after the game. There was a bit of sand in a soft area. As I went to cut right, it just gave away a little bit. I didn't quite get round the keeper. I managed to drag it back, and I always recall Francis Lee running all the way back, and I pulled the ball behind him. He'd gone too far, and it just trickled into the far post. Just managed to go over the line. But that was a game where it was such an exciting game, and we did ever so well. And we always used to do well against Derby County.
James to take something akin to a corner, but with a slightly better angle. Doesn't take advantage of it, just a little flick to Newton, and back to James to come in now at an oblique angle. And lofted over and into the net, over Corrigan's head. A very clever goal by Leighton James. Hartford. Donachie. There's Royal's head, and Kidd! So the combination works at last. Tueart. Royal. Tueart looking for his right foot. Good shot. And a chance for Kidd. Could have been Geoff Watson, George Harrison and James. Yes, now Royal going in to try and create a bit of confusion as Kidd strikes. The wall didn't work and Bolton is pointing it out in no uncertain terms. Newton looking for fellow defenders. Tueart brilliantly down as Todd came at him. And again Tueart, despite the attempted foul. And here's Barnes. Oh, he lost his head in trying to turn it back. He didn't have a defender on him, and he could really have controlled it after some brilliant approach play there by Dennis Tueart. Donachie's tackle, Tueart still looking to pull the chestnuts out of the fire in the closing minutes. Kidd's cross. Tueart! Beauty!
It will be very special for me is my relationship with the fans, and that's what it has to be mutual. It's a mutual arena. You have to appreciate them for them to reflect a desire towards you and give you that support, because you all need support. They then transfer that desire to you because they'll give you the backing, they'll support you. Go on, my son, do it again. And if you've got the ball, do it again. Don't matter if we keep missing, but do it again. Give us another one. And that's their encouragement. That's their desire, which transmits itself to you and reflects back to the happiness that they get from. So they're a part of you anyway. And that's probably what I've always, the kind of person I've been, is transmitting their desire, their energy, their hopes and dreams, and I hopefully fulfill them for them.
And who knows, we may see tomorrow's heroes in the making in our coverage of Glasgow Rangers versus AEK Athens in the European match on Central tomorrow night at 11:30.